First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Changkung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Tupten Tarshi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Golden Mother, the great sovereign of the primordial jade pond, and all the deities. Sumo, Tansan Gato, Tatan Siddhi, Tupten Kama, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma tutors, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
Hola amigo, que quiero mucho. Going, Ichiban, Kimochi, Jumi, Yapi, Pudding Pudding, Konnichiwa.
Now I would like to announce for next Sunday, July 28th at 3 p.m. there would be Yamantaka Homa fire offering ceremony. How long has it been since we had Yamantaka Homa before? A long time. Yamantaka of Vajrayavara.
Yamataka Om Te Om Sri Kalarupa Om Kan Soha.
That's the mantra. So this deity and Akalanata are grandmasters, protectors. So we can say that this deity is grandmaster's first protector. So the Yamantaka that I learned was through Tupten Nima, Master Tupten Nima. And Tupten Nima was a disciple of Kanchuk, living Buddha. So I have the Yamantaka tantric practice sadhana with me. So Tupten Nima, during the Qing dynasty, was in the palace, specialized in transmitting tantric dharma and translating the sutras. So the disciple of Tupten Nima is Tupten Thali, and then the Tupten Thali's disciple is Tupten Darji, and Tupten Darji's disciple is Tupten Chimo, and I am Tupten Chimo. So there is a lineage. That's very important. Generally speaking, if you learn tantric practices without lineage, can be done, but you will go a long way. That may not be right. But by having the lineage and the cultivation practices, then you will walk on the right path. That's why I say lineage is very important. When in my cultivation of Yamantaka, when he came to support me, he turned all the ocean water. So this deity is truly formidable and majestic. He is an emanation of Manjusri Bodhisattva. And in Japanese Tantrayana, Yamantaka is considered an emanation of Amitabha Buddha. So Amitabha Buddha, Manjusri Bodhisattva, and Yamantaka, we can say they are from the same system or lineage or line. So his crown is Manjusri Bodhisattva. So this is a great Vajra deity. So right now at the Rainbow Temple, the main deity is Yamantaka, with Mahatara Heruka to the right and Hevaja to the left, to his left. So next Sunday, July 28th, 3 p.m., there would be Yamantaka Homa fire offering ceremony. Today we had Golden Mother Homa, and of course there's no more to say about Golden Mother and Grandmaster. So it's because of Golden Mother that I changed from being a Christian to studying Buddhism. We all know that. And without Golden Mother, there would not be True Buddha School, Grandmaster Lu, or today. So Golden Mother is very crucial. So I'm 100% or 120% respectful toward Golden Mother. Today, when I saw the image in front of the Homa fire hearth, as soon as I joined my palms, just by joining my palms, I especially feel the spiritual response already very swiftly. In my bedroom and my personal bathroom and the little living room, I have 8 statues or 8 images of Golden Mother. To the left of my bedroom, there are Golden Mother and Tiger Head Vajra. To my right, where I sleep, there's that little room. There's the major, the first Golden Mother, second Golden Mother, third Golden Mother. When you think there's the number 1, number 2, number 3 for Golden Mother? No. The great Golden Mother was given by the one that's in the True Buddha Foundation. And when they sent it here, it cracked. So we told the person who gave that, so they give another one, and it's bigger. And so I refer to her as the Great Golden Mother, especially in shrine. And the second Golden Mother is the one that I already have on my little altar there, little shrine. There are 2 images, so I call them the second Golden Mother. And Master Changren from the 10 Directional Chapter in Hong Kong offered 3 Golden Mothers, one with the golden face, white face, and black face. So I called them the 3 Golden Mothers. So 2 Golden Mothers. So 1 Golden Mother, 2 Golden Mothers, and 3 Golden Mothers. So that's 6. And then plus 2, that would be 8, just in my room. And then in the big living room, it's the jeweled Golden Mother. So she's embellished with all precious jewels. And in my shrine, there's also Golden Mother. So how many total then at my home? It's impossible to count. My real shrine is underground or in the basement. So altogether, the original one and the new ones. So over 10 Golden Mothers at the South Mountain Lezang Temple. Master Changren was about to offer a huge Golden Mother before my birthday. It's this big. The one with the 1,000-armed, 1,000-eyed Golden Mother. This big. However, because one, that statue was sculpted in China. 1,000-armed, 1,000-eyed Golden Mother. And because of the trade war between China and America, there's no ship and they have to charter a ship and a special cargo to ship this together with 2 more protectors, Vajra and Shushima. So altogether 3 statues, a really big one. And then the 1,000-eyed, 1,000-armed Golden Mother. So my house will really turn into the South Mountain Lezang Temple. And he also said that he would place 2 Vajra deities at my front door. What is that? The Vajra God. the one that show the chest, 2 of them at the major main doors. Let me tell you, Simo and I planned to give the True Buddha Tantric quarters to True Buddha school institutional organizations, and also the South Mountain Retreat will become the South Mountain Museum and will also be given away. And my residence, the South Mountain Retreat, the assessment by a real estate agent is worth 12 million. And we will not inherit it, we will not give it to anybody, but to Buddha school organizations, and also True Buddha Tantric quarters will also be given away. And also the South Mountain Retreat will be given to Lechang temples organizations, because once we are gone, what use are they? And our children have their own lives, and money is outside our body. We cannot bring that with us. And inside them there are many precious items. And let me share a secret. There is a golden mother forehead at the brow. With a diamond of many carats. Diamond. That's the most expensive thing. So don't tell anybody. It's a real diamond, and it's several carats. I cannot tell you, but I've told you now. But you don't know which one, right? With a real diamond, which one is with the real diamond? You don't know, right? So Golden Mother is the one that I most revered in the future, would protect, and she also care for me the most. If I have any issues with my body, I would cry out to the 1 Golden Mother, 2 Golden Mothers, and 3 Golden Mothers, please help. And then I tap on myself, and sure enough, I get better. So Golden Mother, really, all my life, it's just Golden Mother, and of course Amitabha Buddha and Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. They are my 3 root yidams that I highly revere or emphasize. I have talked about this in the Donghuang grottos or caves. So Golden Mother, the Donghua Dijin, the East Emperor, and Padma Kumara are together, 3 of them. And also there's the one with Sakyamuni Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, and Padma Kumara. All 3 together in the Donghuang grotto. No wonder why they're looking for me. Now I know why they look for me. So that's it's an affinity that you can't get away from. As a destined affinity. The weather is better today. A few days ago was hot. It's so hot. But the friend asked, but how come you never sweat? And then they replied, because when I feel hot, I just open my wallet. Then I would feel cold in my heart because you have no money. There's one thing is strange. When it's hot, most people sweat, but not Grandmaster. Grandmaster doesn't sweat. And I don't know why. But now I have learned not to sweat. I feel cool all over my body. I saw Kai En's elder sister, the fourth sister. Is she here? Is Kai En here? Yeah. Oh, you're there. I didn't see you, I just saw your sister. So, I only saw your elder sister and not you. I thought something happened to you. Angel. It's good you have. Are you still making Golden Mother's elixir? Please give her a microphone. She specializes to make the Golden Mother's elixir. It's okay, you can say it. Just say whatever that you can. Longevity elixir. And now it's rejuvenation. Then that one I should take. And what else? Golden Mother asked me to come here. What did she say? The rejuvenation elixir will make Grandmaster healthy and energetic in the essence, spirit, and chi. Okay, thank you. I only want the rejuvenation elixir. Like the golden elixir. If you can make one so that I can become like 20 years old and have the power of those in the 20, and the mastery of my 60 years, close to 60 years of cultivation. And what other elixir are you making?
你讲啊，不用客气啦。
Don't be embarrassed. Just say it. Everybody's listening. Just say it. That's internal alchemy, you know.
什么？
我还在学这个。这两个。
他还在学。
常说金蛋在生日。
The longevity elixir I have offered to Grandmaster on your birthday, and I'm still learning the rejuvenation elixir. So, after all this, you haven't even done it. It'll take a long time. Many months. And by the time you are done, if I'm not in the Saha world anymore, what can we do? Okay, please be seated. She specializes in making Golden Mother's elixir, and they're all intangible, formless.
那我记得他曾经去住在那个 motel。
I remember she stayed at the motel, and she set up the altar for making the elixir, like the alchemy. And so the motel guest told the owner, and they came to her room and was shocked what's going on, and then told her, you cannot stay at this motel anymore. So she's prohibited to stay there. And so she put lots of weird things and practicing to make the elixir. So the boss was really shocked. That's something quite strange, quite. And ordinary. There are many strange things in this world. Golden Mother is incredible. She chose this beautiful lady who practice and make this elixir for Grandmaster. Every week when she comes, she would have something. Jintan. So that's it's nice of Golden Mother. It's her kind intent.
有一个刚进公司的一个
still wrought assistant
本上第一天到公司呢，他就打扫办公室
hired a new
卫生
janitor, and on the first day
小花浇水
she tidied up the desk and watered the little plant.
花开的时候总会有人夸我
And this assistant, actually not janitor, assistant was thinking that maybe when it blooms, people will praise me. But after a few months, there's nothing. And then one day, the boss said, someone is so dumb watering my fig plant every day. So that's a fake one. The husband promised the wife to quit smoking. If I smoke again, then she can punish him to stay on the sofa for 3 nights. So one day, the wife saw the husband secretly smoke, so he slept on the sofa for 3 nights. And then he smoked again, so another 3 nights. So just like that for 2 or 3 months. Finally, the wife couldn't stand it anymore. And then at night, took and told the husband on the sofa, you're not trying to stop smoking, but you're stopping sex. I like to tell Linda's jokes, some very funny. A snail, a mother snail, brought her daughter snail for arranged marriage. And then the daughter snail said, I'm only 12. I'm too young for marriage date. But the mother said, oh, be rest assured, by the time we get there, you will be 18. Snails move very slowly, right? Now we'll get to the main topic, Q&A. From Malaysia, Lian Hua Yi Chong. Homage to the precious Venerable Lian Seng, the great master. I have a few questions. We know that Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva has many manifestations, such as White Tara for longevity, Arya Avalokitesvara for enrichment, the Ganapati, which was a transformation of Avalokitesvara for wealth, Hayagriva, the horse-headed wisdom king for protection, and Avalokitesvara for purification. So we can see that although Avalokitesvara is a single bodhisattva, he can perform the 4 activities of purification, enrichment, magnetization, and subjugation. So given this, should I differentiate between them? The 18 Padma Kumaras are the same. They include white, yellow, red, and black. Also embody these 4 activities and all manifestations of Amitabha. So if you seek wealth, you pray to Ganapati. If you seek love, you pray to Ragaraja. As Buddhist disciples, we are taught to eliminate the mind of differentiation and not attach to the form. So when should we differentiate and when should we not differentiate? That's the question. Like Kuan Yin, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, reading the haliography of the king Songzang Kampo, who was a Tibetan king. So when he was born, above his head there was a small Amitabha Buddha on his crown. That's Songzang Kampo. And he himself was an emanation of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva from Mount Potaloka. And his wife, one is a princess from Nepal, and called Princess Vimalakirti.
她是白度母的化身。
And she was an emanation of White
她娶了
Tara.
唐朝
And he also married
成公主。
Princess Wenteng from the Tang Dynasty, China.
公主
And Princess Wenteng,
我们就称为唐妃吧，唐朝的妃子，
so the Tang
的那个
queen from the Tang,
她是利度母的化身，
was an emanation of Green
是
Tara.
利度母的化身。然后她娶的
And
象雄，
he also married
阿里，
Ali.
木，一个木姓的大族，木
It's
的木日，
the Mu clan.
那个叫木辉，
So she's referred as the Mu consort, and she was the emanation of
有来历的观世音菩萨，
also Avalokitesvara
观世音菩萨的化身。
with the great origin.
家族都是观世音，
So the whole family, the whole clan
家乡的观世音。
is Avalokitesvara's origin.
明辉呢，
Songtsan Kampo was Avalokitesvara from Mount Putaloka,
成公主是利度母，
and the Princess Vimalakirti, White Tara, Princess Wenteng, Green Tara, and the
象雄
Princess Mu, also Avalokitesvara. And the area, Xiangxiong, is the area of the
顿
Bonpo.
波教的教主，
And according to Songtsan Kampo, the
观世音菩萨
chief of the Bonpo tradition, Siang Tongpa, was also an emanation of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So I found that very strange.
也是观世音菩萨化身。
So Xiamipa,
他破坏整个西藏的这个宗教，奔波教我们知道是黑教嘛，我们晓得是黑教，为什么要这样子做？
and he was the destructor of Buddhism in Tibet. How come?
因缘所在，都有它的。
There are actually causes and conditions about
这
it.
样子才有戏看。
Because in this way, there is something to watch, like a drama
很奇怪
that we
的
can
事情。
watch. That's something really weird.
所以，我们对于这世界上的这个各个宗教，老是不能藐视。
So therefore, we cannot look down on all the different religions,
奔波教，它
because the Bonpo tradition too
它的供养
has their own purpose, and they sacrifice lambs.
在护摩火上面烧的是前羊，
So what they burn above the fire
我是研究
were all lambs.
他以前
I studied the Bible
他也是在做护摩哎，
when Abraham made the offering or sacrifices. That's also Homa,
养的也是前羊哎，
and he also offered lambs.
是
It's written in the
里
Bible,
面有记载，
and it's also
供养给上帝耶。
written in the Bible that he offered his son to God.
哎，你们有研究圣经的吗？
So anyone studying the Bible,
他把他的儿子也供养给上帝。
right? Abraham offered his son to God, right?
用羊来代表儿子，
So the lambs symbolizes the son.
回教有一个节日是杀羊的节日，
And in Muslim, there is a day where they would sacrifice lamb and then offer
简单了，真的，我觉得
lamb, the meat to the whole village.
花节
So after studying all different religions, I
连6
discovered
都不可以轻
that you cannot look down upon even the six deviant
道理。
path. They have their own
什么时候开气，
reasonings and
不开
purposes.
气氛，
So they ask when to differentiate and when not to differentiate. It's hard for me to say because I don't know what level you're at. Nian Hua Yi Chong from Malaysia. If you can come to Seattle, then I will tell you. First, let me see you. Let me see your spiritual root. So, when you should differentiate, or you're supposed to differentiate, then you differentiate. If you are not supposed to, then you don't. Because there are many times and many things in this world that should not be differentiated. See? Everything is in the system of Avalokitesvara. White Tara, green Tara, and that the princess or the queen from Xiangxiong. So the Avalokitesvara from Mount Potaluka, which is the king, Sung Chang Kampu, married all of Avalokitesvara's emanation. So how can you differentiate? So what's recorded, he married the Nepali princess first and then the Wencheng princess. When Princess Wencheng was arriving, the princess from Nepal stopped the meeting because of jealousy. So the princess from Tang dynasty that arrived in Tibet and was about to meet the king, the princess from Nepal especially stopped that to happen. So because of her jealousy, so that's like White Tara is discriminating against green Tara. So how can you differentiate, or how can you evaluate or judge? They all belong to the same system of Avalokitesvara. They shouldn't differentiate, but there are still some differentiation. So I need to see you, Nian Hua Yi Chong, in order for me to know when you should differentiate and when you should not differentiate. The founder of Bon was Thonpa Shenrap. And Grandmaster once said that some monks chant Amitabha as Amitofo. But that's in the movies. It must be pronounced as R and not O, because R sound is crucial and it holds the secret of the universe. And there are many variations of the Great Compassion Mantra worldwide and online. Even into the school, disciples in Taiwan and Malaysia pronounce the Karma Eradication Mantra different due to cultural and regional differences. My question is the correct pronunciation important? People chant with sincerity and the Buddhas respond. Which one is more important? Do the deities differentiate in their blessings based on the pronunciation of the mantras? Should we prioritize sincerity or correct pronunciation? If an elderly person who's near death struggles to chant Amitabha, and I teach them just to chant Buddha, and they can do so with undistracted focus, is it possible for them to be reborn to the Pure Land? Thank you for the precious Master for your answer. This issue about mantras is a big issue. In Taiwan, that's at the Lotus Lianse. That's only 4 syllables. That's how I would chant. 莲色, which is the Pure Land school chapter in Taiwan. And I chanted in Taiwanese, 阿弥陀佛. Quite close. That's Mandarin Chinese. They're quite close, right? And how about in Hakkanese?
我知道了，客家话就是国语跟台语之间呐。
I know Hakkanese is in between Mandarin and Taiwanese.
发音都不一样的。
So the pronunciations are all different.
就可以的啦。
So, but really, as long as you put your heart into it, that's good enough.
差太多了啦。
But in the movies, that's too much. It's a little bit too much off.
阿弥陀佛。
You know, in the movies, that's how they chanted it. That's too big of a difference. So I corrected it. Because Chinese, Mandarin, Taiwanese, Fukienese, Hakkanese are all the same. And mantras too.
当然都会有别，
Of course, there's slight variations of pronunciations, like Hong Kongese,
香港红教有一个叫做
Nyingma tradition,
刘业之
was called Liu Yezi, who admitted himself that the mantras that he chanted with Cantonese dialect. He said it himself. So Cantonese pronunciation, not so accurate. He said it himself. And the mantras that my gurus taught me, like Master Pufang,
Om Brom， 这真正的咒音呐，那个 Om Brom。
The real mantra is Om Brom.
Om Brom。那王上师就念。
But Master Pufang chanted it as Om Bulin. And because I learned from Master Pufang, so I teach everyone to chant Om Bulin, Om Bulin. And we have a disciple called himself Om Bulin. He's a singer and he sang quite well. So Om Bulin came from Master Pufang. It was chanted that way by Master Pufang. And Master Pufang was Taiwanese. And the true mantra is Om Brum, but was chanted as Om Bulin. But it's okay. In my opinion, that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas know that we are chanting Om Brum. That's good enough. Really, if you can be single-minded, the 3 meetings of the dragon flowers, when Maitreya descends, he just used 3 words. So, just those 3 words. That's his deliverance of sentient beings. And that's Namo Pho. Namo Pho, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddha. Whenever you see Maitreya, so Maitreya would use the Buddha consciousness into your heart, and then you would follow Maitreya to go to the Buddha verses. That's the 3 assemblies of dragon flower. In Indonesia, we would say Namo Buddhaya.
念的是南无佛。
And for us, we would say Namo Pho. In Chinese, Namo Pho. In Indonesian, Namo Buddhaya. So you're taking refuge in the Buddha, and then Maitreya would guide you to the Buddha land, Buddha verses. In Indonesia, 5 syllables, Namo Buddhaya. That would be more accurate. Indonesian language is close to Pali language. The pronunciation is closer to Pali. And during the era of Sakyamuni Buddha, that was Pali language, Pali text. So Salamat is right. Salamat in Chinese sounds like, are you dead? Tatu.
Tatu is number 1.
Satu is number 1.
英文就是 number 1的意思。Tatu。Tatu。
Satu. No.
Tatu 是 number 1是吧？ Om Maha Prati Saddo Soha。 Saddo 其实就是菩萨。
Saddo means bodhisattva, Saddo, Sattva.
这个音哦，真的是Om Adharma Tatu Soha。
Om Adharma Tatu Soha.
Satu.
Yeah.
Satu.
One in Indonesian is Satu.
所以还是差一点。
The Guru taught me that too, so that's a slight difference.
Om Adharma Om Adharma Tatu Soha。 师父教我是这样的。
That's how my Guru taught me. Om Adharma Tatu Soha.
Satu。 哦，2个都对。哦，法界。哦，怪不得师父他教我，2名和尚是这样子教。Om Adharma Tatu Soha。
The Venerable Mang Liao Ming taught me Om Adharma Tatu Soha. When I chanted that, Master Lien Yen from Indonesia told me, when you chanted that too, that's number 1. No, but I thought that's no, but Datu means mandala or realm. But the pronunciation in Indonesia is closer to the Pali. Mantra pronunciation in Indonesian is very nice. So Indonesian songs sound like mantra chanting. So Indonesians, when Indonesians speak, sound like they're chanting mantras. That's why Salamat is right. So for pronunciation, if you put your heart into chanting it, I was going to change it to Om Brum, but I thought because my Guru, Master Bufang, taught me Om Bulin, as long as you follow what's being taught by your Guru, that would generate merits. Now, let's talk about Bodhisattva of good intent. It's 507. But Bodhisattva good intent said,
什么叫善意菩萨呢？
what does it mean?
善解人意的菩萨。
Bodhisattva good intent is a bodhisattva that can understand
人意的菩
that
他能够了解
can understand the mind of sentient beings.
善解人意的菩萨，
So they can understand
懂得人
the mind of
就叫善意菩萨。
human beings.
生死涅槃为二，
So that's called
生死性则无
Bodhisattva good intent, who said life and death and nirvana are two. If one sees the nature of life and death, then there is no life and death. There is no bondage, liberation, no birth, no cessation. Understanding this is to enter the Dhamma gate of non-duality. Life and death, everyone, every human being
到佛法以后，
experience
化解到
birth and death.
原来没有生死。
But when you truly comprehend Buddha Dhamma, you would know that it turns out there are no birth and death, because Buddha Dhamma talks about birthlessness. When there is no birth, how can there be death?
因为你知道这
How
个
come
世界上
there is no birth?
就是一个幻啊，
Because you know the world is illusory. It's just an illusion. It's fake.
这个娑婆世界本来就是一个假的世界啊。
The Saha world is a fake world. It's not a real world.
我们人活在这世界上，认为是有这个世界，我们有这个人，
Humans living in this world think that the world exists and humans exist. The Vajra Sutra already states that there is no phenomena of self, no phenomena of others, no phenomena of sentient beings, no phenomena of lifespan. So all existences are marvelous existences with true inherent emptiness. So existence is emptiness.
道理啊。
So if you can comprehend Buddha Dharma, then you would understand the concept of true emptiness. Because the Saha world is really, is basically illusory. Therefore, the Saha world doesn't exist. So how can there be births? How can there be births or lives and deaths?
你就学到无声。
So when you practice samadhi or meditation, then in Zen Buddhism, you would learn birthlessness.
随
And since it is unborn, then you just live your life following your affinity.
就缘分去度众生。
And you follow your affinity to deliver sentient beings.
所以有的讲说，哎，我故意
So some say,
卢师尊说法，
when Grandmaster gives Dharma teachings,
我不没有来了。
I don't want to come. I intentionally not go. But that's irrelevant to me.
我也不是我，你也不是你，
Because I am not I, and you are not you, and sentient beings are not sentient
有
beings.
什么关系？
So what does it matter?
所以我们你要了解到什么是
So we need to understand what birth and death are.
例如
That's just a fake
你生死
phenomena,
回，我死了，
like
就等于换一个方式。
your reincarnation, life and death. So when I die, it's the same as changing my house,
新的方式
because this house has been used for too long and broken. So just take in a new house, start again. It's as simple as changing clothes. How can there be birth and death? There is no such
能
thing.
够理解到，
If you can understand that,
或这世界上
then you can see through
换了，所
that the world is just like a dream and like an illusion.
不会去执着，也不会有烦恼。
You will not be attached or afflicted and without attachment and without afflictions, that's nirvana.
所以这个《维摩诘经》里面所讲的道理。
So the concepts, the principles spoken in the Vimalakirti Sutra, what is the non-duality? That life and death is nirvana. Afflictions is bodhi. Anger, greed, and delusion is Buddha Dharma. Mara is Buddha. These are all the Dharma gate of non-duality. It's only spoken or stated in the Vimalakirti Sutra. There are no differences among them. What is nirvana? That's extinction, serenity, complete serenity. If you reach the heaven of non-returning, there are 5 non-returning heavens in the heavenly realms. One of them is called the heaven of no thought. There are no thoughts, no actions there. They would not come to the Saha world again and will not go to other realms. They just stay in that heaven of no thought, no, the heaven of no thinking. So that's nirvana. No action at all there. And that is called nirvana. That's why it's called extinction. It's nirvana. So without sound and basically non-existent. So birth and death and nirvana are 2, because with birth and death you're still in samsara, transmigration, reincarnation. And once you enter nirvana, you don't have to be reincarnated, but you also have no function, no action at all. But according to the Bodhisattva of good understanding, we don't abide in birth and death, because there is no birth, therefore there is no death. We also don't dwell in nirvana. We just follow our own affinities to benefit sentient beings. That is called a bodhisattva, or bodhisattva of good understanding. A bodhisattva who understands the mind of sentient beings. He said, birth and death don't exist, and you also don't dwell in nirvana. That is the Dharma gate of non-duality. This is a very high realm in Buddhism, called the Dharma gate of non-duality. We don't abide in 1 or 2, neither 1 nor 2. We just deliver sentient beings following our affinities, without afflictions, without attachments. I'm close to that now. No afflictions, no attachments, and I don't care for anything.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. 没有自己生病，那不过是一时。
I don't care.
一时的现象。
When I was sick, that's just a phenomena of a moment. If it can be cured, it can be cured. If it cannot, then just be it. Let it be it. So if it can be cured, sure. If not, let it be. I still continue giving Dharma teaching and delivering sentient beings. And the lady who is making elixir, rejuvenation elixir for Grandmaster, if you complete it, I would be great, and I would become 20 years old. But if you don't, and you continue training, it's okay, because I have no birth and no death. So whatever age you say I am, that's it. but I'm slightly better than others. I'm 80, and most people are no good, but I'm still okay.
大家也不知道我什么型，这也是鼓掌。
You don't know what I'm talking about, and yet you clap.
我告诉你啊，我的
Let me tell you.
比我以前的20岁还行。
My 80 years old is better than my past 20 years old. I've said that. When I was 20, I was so dumb, so dumb and did not understand anything. And when I reached 80, I understood. Oh, that's what it is. And I missed so much of my youth, but not really. But when eventually you can be awakened, and you know that indeed, in fact, there are no birth and death, and there is no nirvana. And you just help and benefit sentient beings according to affinities. Only then are you a true bodhisattva. Otherwise, if you have discrimination, differentiation, that's not a bodhisattva. Bodhisattvas have three things. There are three kinds of giving. You're giving wealth, giving dharma, and the last one is giving fearlessly. Why is it called giving fearlessly? Because you don't discriminate equally. Even when you despise someone, you still help them and benefit them. No difference. No difference. How can you do that? Because you understand. You want to be a bodhisattva. And so you want to give wealth, give dharma, and give fearlessly. Some people are very tight-fisted, and they treat wealth as if it's their life. Just to get $1, as if you cut a flesh from them. But wealth belongs to sentient beings. When you're still alive in this illusory realm, there's some use, but when there's no realm, there's no use. So giving dharma, and we don't stress it, but we do all our best to help sentient beings, to teach sentient beings what we understand, and giving fearlessly, giving equally, without grudges or hatred or discrimination, and giving equally. That's giving fearlessly. So strictly speaking, that's considered the Dharma gate of non-duality. When you gradually step onto the Dharma gate of non-duality, then you have no differentiation. This was spoken by Bodhisattva good understanding, that birth, death, and nirvana are two, as seen by most people, by all people. But if one sees the nature of birth and death, then there is no birth and death. If you truly comprehend birth and death, then you know that fundamentally there are no birth and death. So you're non-arising and non-ceasing, and no bondage, no liberation. If you understand this, you have entered the Dharma gate of non-duality. So we are not bound by anybody. We are not held bondage. That's how it is. And you're not held bondage by anything. You just deliver and transform sentient beings according to affinities. That's a very high realm. Xiaoming told his wife, your birthday is coming up. What would you like? I will buy it for you. And the wife loves expensive, beautiful watches. And she said, I like to look beautiful. I like something, but I have something on my fingers, on my ears, on my neck, which is like rings, earrings, and necklaces, but just something that I can use. She did not say it. It's just, something that I can use on my ears, on my neck, on my fingers. And then Xiaoming, on her birthday, gave her soap. The man sent text to the woman, and it said, I like you. And the woman said, are you willing to be my son? And the man said, yes, very happy, gladly. And the woman said, so then maintain 1.5 kilometers from me, a distance from me. A young man asked the Great Master, I have completed college and I'm at the lower level of the society, so what use is schooling? And the Great Master said, only the educated ones would know that you're at the lowest level of the society. But if you don't study, then you think that you're the future owners of the country. And Papa, how many penny home?